Hey, this is Juan, and this is the first episode of Get to Know Oneself. And I wanted to focus on getting started because I'm starting a new channel and I'm doing something I've never done before. I figured what best way to show how to get started by showing you guys how I'm starting my channel. And I was thinking about this for a couple of days and realized that I was just kind of delaying, waiting for like the perfect moment to get started to launch the 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 film. And I noticed that I was sitting in the park today working, and what better time to get started than right now? I mean, my hair is a mess. There's tons of noise in the background, but I can at least film, at least for the next minute or so, because my computer's about to die. So let's just do it now. Now, a couple of things that get in our way for getting started tend to be things like perfectionism. We want things to be perfect. For example, with a channel like this, I don't have a fancy camera. My introduction video, which is actually my first video before this, was done on my camera, on my phone, and just pointed this at me, used a headphone mic to record the audio, and got started. Did a couple of test sets, got some feedback, and that was it. So that was a way of getting started. Another thing that gets in our way is lack of expertise and lack of expertise. Let's go there. So I don't know how to film. I've never done a YouTube channel, so it's easy. It would be easy for me to get bogged down in research. I can sit online researching YouTube videos, doing a whole bunch of reading about YouTube videos, and if I did that, I would just slow down, put more time between me and getting the video filmed. This video will probably be not that great from a quality perspective, but at least I did it. I'm taking the first step necessary to get started. Okay, and the less excuses we can invent for ourselves, the easier it's going to be. Now, that leads to another thing that we do that gets in our way for getting started, and that's making things harder than necessary. And that kind of relates back to the perfectionism. We think we need X, Y, Z, we need experience, we need that. There's a lot of things we can do now to get started. And we tell ourselves, we use a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of, we put ourselves down, get in our own way, and this prevents us from getting started. Now, the last thing that seems to always get in the way of getting our project started, of getting things done that are on our to-do list, is time. And you hear this complaint all the time. People never have enough time. I think the best strategy for that isn't like getting angry at yourself and forcing, I'm going to take out an hour of time and I'm going to do it. So the trick that's worked for me, and a trick I've recommended to family members, is looking for the smallest increment that isn't nothing. I've learned this through a life coach of mine. I've read it in books. It's like reading a book. A lot of people want to read more, right? So we think we need to, take out an hour chunk of our time from the day to read a book. And then because that hour seems so daunting and so big, we never get started. So my recommendation is forget about taking a big chunk of time out to do something. Look for what's the smallest thing you can do that classifies as reading? Take the book that you want and read a page. If that's all you read that day, count that as a win. Accept that win. The point isn't that, oh my God, I took out an hour to read today. The point is you read one page is more reading than you did the day before. Maybe the next day you read 2 pages. But at least read that 1 page. And after you keep doing it over and over, and you build this habit of reading or any other habit that you're trying to build, you're going to naturally want to do more of it because you're already used to it. Same thing goes for the gym. Don't think about, oh my God, I have to go to the gym. What I recommend, go to the gym, and if you feel like working out, work out. If not, go home. Just walk into the gym. Do that every day, regardless of whether you work out or not. That's the smallest thing you can do. And building that habit will get you in the mental space to keep going, to keep doing that thing. And that's what I'm doing here. The smallest thing I can do right now is record this video on my laptop and where I'm at with the 2% battery life that I have and getting it done. So we got to stop looking for excuses that is really just us talking down to ourselves, putting ourselves down and getting in our own way, and look for the smallest thing that we can do. Okay? Don't be so perfect, and don't think you need everything. You don't need perfect experience. You don't need the perfect equipment. You don't even need all the time in the world. Find the smallest thing you can do and do it. Okay? If you have another piece of advice I can offer is a lot of times when we plan to do something, the plan is too big. So this kind of relates back to the do the smallest thing. But don't get so bogged down that you haven't accomplished this big goal. Take the wins, take the small wins. You went to the gym and you walked out. You read a page. That's a win. Take that. Use that as motivation to keep going. Don't tell yourself, oh my God, I didn't do it. That doesn't generate more motivation for you to do it. Okay? If you have any questions, you can leave a comment or like this video or dislike this video. Tell me what I can do differently. This is all, again, very new to me, so I'm excited about it. So let's learn together.